To see examples of what we talked about on this episode, along with further information, go to bunchofdorks.com.
Welcome everyone to
Two Dimension Podcast,
the comic book podcast
with no direction. What's up, everybody? You know that song, you know this voice. It's Rook, and joining me as always is the man who keeps it going, Mr. Don Moore.
Hello, everybody.
And sitting with us once again, wearing the most amazing hat, the one and only, the drinker of her readers' tears, so saith the hat, Miss Lori Calcaterra.
I put this hat on just for you guys.
She really did. She actually was like, "Oh, I got to change my hat," and
Yeah.
I'm like, "It's only audio."
I was
And she
like,
goes,
"No, it's for you."
I friggin' love it, Lori. That is awesome.
It's fitting. It's fitting for where we are in this story, isn't it? Really
This is it. This is the part you've been talking about since we started talking. How do you feel to be here?
I am blown away. Today, yesterday, the day before, just getting issue 7 out into the world felt like a huge accomplishment. And I'm definitely seeing the readers respond because we are currently live for issue number 8, and I've never seen a campaign go this fast before.
You were
It's
fully funded
awesome.
how soon?
It was 12 hours.
Well,
But for people that are familiar with Kickstarter, a lot of creators will put their goal at about 500. My goal is 4,550 because I have to pay for all the art, right? I'm not the artist. I can't put it at 500 and do the art for free. I have to pay my team. So 4,550 covers the art. It doesn't even cover the print job anymore because everything has gotten more expensive since we started.
God.
So,
Really?
surprise, it's
Oh.
expensive to make comics. But 12 hours. The previous most fast we were funded was 25 hours. So it's this one is taken off, which is great.
The reader's response. I mean, we talked about
Yeah.
just the preview we had of 7.
Yeah.
Just-
Now I want to hear your full thoughts after you got to
we-
read the
we
whole
have
thing. And
thoughts.
Don,
Don's sitting there silently waiting to assassinate.
no, I was just like, I'm prepared. I'm prepared. We're going to be that meme with the lady pointing and then the cat at the table. That's going to be us today. I'm ready.
I really enjoyed when I read your script before, and I don't like reading scripts, but you sent us a partial script, and I asked a lot of questions last time you were on there. And I have to say, it was a thrill. That's what I was looking forward to, was seeing the comic based off what I read on the script. At one point, I thought the story ended. I'm not going to give this stuff away to the reader, but at one point, when the pulse stopped,
Mhm.
at the time, I thought, I filled up 6 swear jars just thinking, and I'm like, she did, and then all of a sudden there was a little bit more story going. Oh,
Right.
okay. I'll tell you, when you read Path of the Pale Rider, your mind is your own worst enemy. And I've said this ever since I met Lori. You just go down endless rabbit holes. I've never read a book like this, but yeah, I'm kind of throwing my mouth a little bit when I say this. It was a little more gentle ending than what I'm used to, but you kind of set me up because, like I said, swear jar. I was really, and wait, there's more. I didn't like where I was left off because I wanted to find out what was happening. Again, twirling your mustache. But yeah, it was something else. I read it twice.
And I know, Don, every time you read it, you're like, wait, was that 24 pages? Because it just goes by
Yeah.
so fast. And this one, I think, especially, it goes by fast. But when you go back and you read it a second time, you can do things like we have a QR code. Did you scan the QR code in there?
I certainly
Yeah.
did. And I enjoyed that immensely.
Right. It's like you probably didn't do that the first time. Did you go back and did you notice things hidden into the double splash page?
No, I'll be honest with you. I'm like an unarmed opponent with that kind of stuff. That's why Rook's on the show because
You have to go. Okay.
I'm
So
a surface person only.
after the show, go pull out your copy and go look at that double splash page and start looking at the actual people that are there in the thing.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
want to say what it is because it's a spoiler,
I
but
did.
you are going to find several additions. You might chuckle. Let's just put it that way. And this was Matt Chambers, our colorist. These two pages were intimidating, to say the least, for the art team. I think Gilbert hemmed and hawed about it for a full week, talking about what a beast it was going to be before he even started. He was just, really intimidated. And then, of course, when he does it, everybody's blown away. But he had to like, I don't know, talk himself into it, And then Matt, anytime. Anytime there's something where Gilbert goes a little over the top, Matt's just like, come on, man, how many panels are you making? Or like, how many things do I have to color in this? And we're like, Matt, just color it, dude. And so this page, I already told him, I was like, listen, no complaining. I was like, go in there and I was like, but have fun with it. I'm like, this is the epitome of Path. This issue is like it rips the veil back about all the secrets, and you see how terrible everything is and how they're lying to everybody, right?
Yeah.
And Jude is in the thick of it and is like was not prepared, has no idea how he's going to get out of it, and if he can, right? And so I was just like, this is your show off. This is your 15 minutes of fame. This is where you get your glory. And I was like, just go have fun. And so that's what he did is he went in and he drew all these extra things. And I was just, he didn't tell me, you guys. He didn't tell
He
me
didn't tell
that
you that there was going to be cameos on the page?
nope. He just sent it to me and I was like, can I swear? Can I swear on your show?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I drop an F-bomb? Just
Go
one.
for it.
It'll be rated PG-13 if I'll just say effing. I was like, that's effing Waldo. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then I started looking and I was like, oh my God. And I just started cracking up. So I was screenshotting things and I'm sending it back to Matt, just laughing my butt off. And I was like, why didn't I think of this? And I sent him
God.
extra money. Did you find more?
No, I found Waldo.
Yeah.
I found a whole bunch of others, but I
Yeah.
never noticed with him before.
That's
I
the
never
first one I
noticed
saw because I was like, wouldn't it be funny if this was like a Where's Waldo? And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, shut up. And I was like, Matt. And he was giggling. He was like, you told me to have fun, Lori. And I was like, here's extra money. This is genius. But on your first read, you would never see that because that moment is such, it's breathtaking to see it like what he's actually up against. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, how is he going to get out of this? So your second read, you're like, that's effing Waldo. God damn it. Like,
No, the way I read it, I read the whole thing through. I saw the QR code. And then when I went back, I went and hit the QR code then. And then I read the comic a second time.
yeah.
But I went back, like I said, all I did was the QR code. I didn't look at all the characters in here, which saying this, I was amazed that they weren't generic. I mean, he drew out a bunch of different people. It wasn't like just a bunch of riffs on 3 or 4 people
Right.
or people. But yeah, I didn't notice the Waldo you're talking about.
Spoiler, Waldo's there. But there's more than that. So you have to go look around. In fact, at some point when we get a little farther, I probably will release like the scavenger hunt of who to go find in this double splash page.
Yeah.
Because I know them all because I made Matt tell me. I was like, okay, spill it. I was like, I need to know.
That's awesome. That's such a nice little Easter egg to find out about. I mean, like I'm sitting there looking at that page. I'm like, and that's definitely
Yep.
when you said Waldo, I was like, wait a minute, I gotta
Oh
really.
yeah. Wait, go back.
This issue was so freaking good. I mean, to like Jude. Jude has always come across as like he's this good, honest guy who's trying to get to the end of the story and figure out why. And he's keeps running across like the most horrific people. And now it just seems like now I feel like we've really got to start seeing another side of him. And I felt that way when I read the script because I really thought you were doing something pretty dark with this issue.
I
You
mean, it
think?
is pretty dark.
Yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, to your character.
You thought I was gonna do the thing that I was threatening to do, which technically I did,
Technically, you did. You did
right?
exactly what you threatened to do.
Technically,
But
he did the thing, but there was an out and he got lucky. So this is what I keep talking about Jude St. Clair. He has an overabundance of luck. He is super lucky and he is super unlucky. But sometimes it's like those kind of like take turns, in his story where it's like, oh my God, how am I so unlucky that this, town is being burnt down by flaming beetles? But yet somehow he makes it out, right? So he keeps finding himself in these terrible situations. It's almost like this bad luck is following him everywhere, but he somehow just manages to squeak by. So,
All right. Well,
and who knows how
this
much longer that'll go for.
this says something about me because I didn't read that he came out of it. I wasn't sure because I thought,
Yeah.
okay, it's better, but it looks like Lori's pulling another one because I couldn't quite tell
No,
what was in.
he changed color.
yeah, that
I'll
was the
just leave
big
it at
giveaway.
that.
He
Yeah.
partially he changed color. I wasn't convinced.
I see what he's
Well,
saying on that last page. I get that.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
thinking it's like when you watch Friday the 13th for the first time and they're on the boat and you're thinking everything's okay and all of a sudden it's not.
Well, it's like, yeah. When you did you see the campaign, Don? Because the first 4 pages of issue 8 are on the page.
Yes, I
Rook,
sent them over to him.
yeah, Rook sent
Okay,
them
because
to
you
me
can
and I kind of
see,
glanced on my phone, but that's as far as I
yeah,
went.
I was like, but you can see what Jude has walked into in the Golden City. And I didn't kind of hide it. I kind of embraced it, but we are in Las Vegas.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
okay.
that was
No,
assumed.
I'm
well, that
I'm
was
glad.
on me.
But do you remember in issue 1 when he dove to
Yeah,
pick up the glass? What
yeah.
was on that glass?
It was Las Vegas on the glass.
The
That's
map of
right.
Las Vegas on that
Okay.
map.
Yep.
Where's Jude now? He's in Las Vegas. I've been telling y'all.
This has
Yeah, but
been the
I don't
goal the
trust
whole time.
Hmm
I don't trust you.
The fun thing about reading this book is there's after every single issue, your head starts spinning and you start coming up with ideas and theories about which way you're going to go and everything. And the best part for me is you never go the direction I anticipate with these stories. Each issue is completely different than what I anticipate what you're going to do, and that's probably the thing that I love the most about Path of the Pale Rider.
That's awesome. Because I am that a-hole that watches movies and I'm like, she did it and this is why. And I get up and walk out and everybody's like, Lori, you know?
Oh,
So if you can't guess which direction I'm going, that means I've done my job. Right.
I'm the a-hole that ruined Sixth Sense for a bunch of people,
Did you?
joking
Oops.
about the end of it, only to be
And then
told.
you were right.
Yep.
You're like, wouldn't it be funny if?
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah. So the unpredictability is absolutely a necessity because I hate reading stories that you figure them out while you're just looking at the book. You're like, oh well, this is going to end up going this way, and then you get to the end and you're
Right.
like, oh look, I was right.
Yeah.
Shelf.
That's me too. So I don't know. I guess that's maybe why I'm so good at being like, no, 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 no. You think this, but really it's this. But if you look at the book, I'm laying breadcrumbs along the way. And so like at the end of 8, you guys are going to see something and be like, son of a, she's been showing us this since the
whole
first
time.
campaign. So that I love the bringing things back around. The whole thing with the Las Vegas glass, and he's going to Las Vegas. Everything has been pointing him to where he is now. So things are going to start to fall into place. I remember this was what Gilbert was like, okay, but you're hyping up 7, but then what's going to happen after 7? You got nothing left to hype. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh,
I was like, he's going to figure out the answer.
the answers are finally coming. Or
Yes.
at least someone's versions of the answers are coming.
Well, I don't think anybody's guessed it. I don't think anybody's guessed it because I hear a lot of theories, and I've been pretty good about showing. I've had to master the Zen. Oh, you think so? Like no expression.
Yep.
Great theory, just in case. But I haven't heard one that is on the nose yet. But that could change because issue 8 again. We're there in the Golden City, so if you pay attention, you could figure it out. If you don't figure out in 8, you probably can figure out in 9. And if you haven't figured out 9 when we start 10, I just tell you, like, here it is. So
Just gonna lay it on the table.
here it is.
Here's
Like,
what you need to know.
yeah, we just explained the whole thing in the beginning of 10. So, but that's where you ultimately get all your answers if you haven't figured out. But we're still in that fun part where, like, for example, yesterday I re-released the short film where everybody was doing their conspiracy theories.
Yep.
Right? The fun one where I run myself over with the car. That was great. And I'm wondering if people have changed their minds. Do you still think the same thing after 7 issues? Did you come up with a new theory?
Would be fun to go back and try and get those same people.
Yeah, good luck. I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but hey.
But yeah, I'm curious, like, have you changed your mind? What are some of your theories, you guys?
Oh, at this point, I've given up on theorizing with you.
Come on.
Okay, I mean, like the only big prevailing theory that I've had and thought that's been in the back of my head is that Death just said, "I'm done," and went and retired in Las Vegas, and that's who Jude's eventually gonna meet is the actual being known as Death. But I don't see that. I don't see that in the clues I've been given.
I
Interesting
don't
theory.
He rolls her
I,
eyes.
I see all the possibilities of the situations. Like
Yeah.
this world you've done with, especially that first conversation you and I had, where my mind's spinning all over the place about how it affects people. But I have no clue where you're going. I
Mhm.
don't even have any theory. I'm interested
just
to
along
see
for the
because
ride.
I do know that you have an end in mind.
I do.
But in saying this, I'll watch movies or read book series and stuff, and I'll tell friends when I'm reading them. I says, "Well, I think this is going to happen. Like the two assailants will become friends and team up." I've never ever been right in my life, so
on.
I don't even bother.
You're like, nah, you just tell me when we get there.
I
Thanks.
like to go on the ride, and leave it at that. But this one, I do want to say something about the art of this story. There's some
Yeah.
neat things that you do with the device, or I don't know, the device, the technique that is used on Jude when he goes through. I love there's 3 panels. They got the red rectangles in them with the line going through.
The heartbeat line, yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely, and there was some other elements like that in there. I like really strong graphics, and it was nice. It went with the drawing style. It wasn't jarring, but
Mhm.
it's there to progress the story.
Yeah.
It was absolutely the printing in this. I've always read the PDFs, which I appreciate. I've never read the actual comic book itself. So Rook gave me the one issue.
Thank you,
The
Rook.
printing, the colors, it's thick, it's rich, a really heavy cardstock cover. Yeah, this is sweet.
Thank you. Kudos to Gilbert Perez, who is the one that put in all the heartbeats
Yeah.
That was him. I mean, like I describe the panels and I describe, especially this issue, how we increase the dread. You know what I mean? Where we're, especially this one where it's like counting down the time. You only have so many heartbeats. And when the heart beats, it takes his breath away and it makes him like almost infirm, like he can't stand up. So it's like it's a problem when this happens. And so like that building that dread and having the heartbeat visual on the page and with the sound, the lub dub, you know what I mean? It just to me makes it so much more cinematic. You know what I mean? Which is what we're going for. We want you to
Absolutely.
feel the panic. We want you to feel the tension and just the moment of desperation when the garage door opens and then the panic when something is missing at the end where it's like, oh, what do I do now? You know?
Yeah.
And that all of that is in the story in my script, but Gilbert was the one that had to really breathe life into this issue because if you look at it, there's not a ton of dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
I didn't notice, like I wasn't thinking there's not much dialogue. It's like all the other ones. It's just a story that progresses, and like I said, it's just multiple alleyways.
mhm.
And I didn't think about not being a lot of text. I will say, and you did mention this, the comic reads a lot faster than the script, and the script was just wonderful. But you don't have to paint the picture with words like you do in the script. This
Mhm.
and the pictures are already there.
yeah,
Um,
Gilbert's taken your words and put them to pay. I mean, far beyond anything that I was thinking, even.
Yeah.
yes, yeah, I agree, 100%. The one thing, if you don't mind, we're just talking about the heartbeat thing.
Mhm.
How did you describe it from what we're seeing?
I would
Um,
tell Gilbert when the heartbeats happened
okay.
because even though I don't think there was a whole 30 beats because time is passing.
Yeah.
We also included the watch. So he has a watch. So
Mm-hmm.
for people that are unfamiliar with issue 7, um, Jude St. Clair is going into what's called the Undead Retirement Community, sight unseen. He has no idea what he's getting himself into. And these undead banditos came up with like the worst cockamamie plan you can think of to get him in there, which includes slowing his heartbeat and pretending to be undead for 30 minutes. And he has a beta blocker to slow his heart, and he has epinephrine to speed his heart back up. But if he doesn't take the epinephrine, the beta blocker runs out and his heart stops, and then he becomes undead, right? So this is the stakes that we have. And they're just thinking it's like a bed and breakfast that they don't let people leave, but it is way worse, right?
Way
And
worse.
when he gets in there and he panics and like has to he panics for we let him panic for about 3 seconds. That's about it. And that's all the time he had because then he had to make a decision of what he was going to do. Um, but in the script, it was like, okay, his watch says this time, his heart beats, this time. This is what people look like when they see his heartbeat because it's suspicious, but they say nothing. This is where we're driving. We're going to look at his watch another time and be like, oh, this is what time it is. Now that we're out of here, we lost 15 minutes getting here. He's got 15 heartbeats, and then they're into the like a garage door and his heart beats, and so I was very specific. Like his heart beats, his breath is like takes his breath away, and then something happens right after that. So it's constantly pushing the story forward and raising the stakes. And that's what we wanted in this issue. The stakes were super high, and it was 50 it's 50-50 whether he makes it out of there with a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And people
He's
were
done
making
better than
bets.
I was thinking.
Great. Huh?
He's done a lot better than I was thinking. I mean, the whole time, like you said, cockamamie, I'm thinking, I can't believe they're actually doing this. I liked the reactions and the way the other people in the back of the van were acting around and towards him. It was very subtle.
Suspicious.
Well, yeah, suspicious, but a lot of times well, not a lot of times, there's times where sometimes creators, they overemphasize something where
Mhm.
it's too much. This one, if you just read the story and you're not paying attention, it's fine. But it was subtle, little subtle hints, and it's like it would be in real life. Not
Yeah.
everybody's gonna act differently, and
Right.
I'm looking at one character and I'm thinking, well, I think they're gonna turn on him, and
Yeah. Did you
it was
recognize two of them?
no. Actually, I on the back of my head, I thought they looked familiar,
Mm-hmm.
but no, I didn't. It didn't quite.
It was the woman and her child from issue 1.
Okay, I was right. I was thinking. Unfortunately, and I have to be fully transparent here. When I read your stories, I'm waiting for the boogeyman to jump out at every corner. So I don't relax when I'm reading these stories. I'm not thinking. I'm a lot of nervous energy in my head when I read
Yeah.
these. So, yeah, I did think that was. They seemed familiar, but I didn't really. I was too on guard, Lori.
Sorry.
You
Sorry.
feel everything's a trap.
I don't think you are sorry. I don't think you're sorry at all.
I'm not. I wear this hat for a reason. Haha.
So, Lori, we've got a few pages for issue 8 up on the Kickstarter
Yeah.
that we can peruse, and obviously, he just goes right in, and the most hilarious freaking thing I think I've seen in this book happens, and that's this panel.
I laughed so hard when Gilbert drew that because that's how I described it. It's supposed to be funny of him just like first of all, he's burnt to crap, right? He
Yep.
is burnt up. He's in bad shape. His clothes are in tatters and his hair is still standing on end. And he has smashed his face against this aquarium, like, oh, water. And I was just like,
Like, I'm looking at this preview and I stopped and I was like, that's gotta end up on something, a t-shirt, a
do you want a
button.
t-shirt?
God, it's got to. Absolutely the most hilarious. Like, I could see the lineup of like the t-shirts with like Big James and the heart monitor, and then you get the aquarium t-shirt.
Right. And it was funny because when he drew it, I was laughing hard and I was like, this is hilarious, right? And then Matt put his colors on it and I was like, still funny. Like laughed all over again. I was like, it's just funny. But that's Path for you. We have to interject some kind of comedy in there at times. Otherwise, it's just too dang dark.
Yeah.
So we have to laugh. But it's
Right.
funny.
But
I was laughing at the end of 7 when Jude's hair had like the one
the
piece of
one
fire. It
hair.
was like one flame. I was like,
Yeah.
come on, you guys.
This is how you know your artists and colorists are having as much fun as you are.
Yes. Yeah. We always have a good time. So, but yeah, issue 8, man, it's like when you look what he got himself into, it's a hotel. It's got air conditioning and a nice room and running and hot water in the shower.
I
Like,
know. That's got to be like a mind blow for him, really.
mhm.
No, I mean, it's mind blowing for me. It's everything is so desolate and so messed up. For him to walk in here and there's an aquarium and there's clean sheets and a shower, hot shower to begin with.
Right.
And it's such a different landscape to put him in, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this what has become this gruff drifter of the zombie apocalypse wasteland is going to react to the people he's about to interact
I was
with.
gonna say, I was like, you've only seen one person. Where is everybody?
Yeah.
Right? So what is he walking himself into, really? What the heck is this place? And my question to you is, what would you do? What would you agree to stay in that place?
I haven't seen enough of that place yet to make that decision. So you haven't shown me a thing in that place
Have to
except for
see.
an aquarium, a clean room, and a hot shower. That ain't
Right.
enough to make me stay.
I mean, in the apocalypse, when you're walking around, you just been
Yeah, and then I find out they're feeding me human meat. No thanks.
Did you see the video? I'm just curious. Talk about the scandalous buffet.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No.
You'll see.
Exactly. We will with this new issue. And I have to talk to you about something with your Kickstarter that I always get hot. I almost always get hot sauces. And of
Yeah.
course, Path of the Pale Sauce, favorite, love this one. Okay. This is probably like my third or fourth bottle. I don't even know anymore. I have the mango habanero, this stuff, I use it sparingly because it's so freaking good. I swear I'm gonna like just eat the whole bottle one night. I have to be very careful with this because this is just so freaking good.
So precious to you.
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
My wife has found Heartstopper. It's heart stopping.
I love the green sauce.
That's
Yes.
it. That's
That
all we
one's
got
my
left.
favorite too.
We have
Tell
been
her.
using this on so many different things lately. It's
Yes.
crazy.
It's good on everything. That one is my literal favorite. Like everybody loves the barbecue. That's the OG. That's the one I sell out at the cons. My favorite is the green sauce,
Yeah.
hands down.
That green sauce is absolutely amazing, and I'm very happy that I can buy just the bottles
Yeah.
of green sauce in the Kickstarter.
Yeah. Yeah. I made it so you can add on, it's like a one bottle, a three bottle, or a five bottle option. And then you can pick whatever flavors you want. So a buddy of mine named Fred Schwartz, who is also a creator, he does this book called Fisticuffs. If you haven't talked to him, he's a great person to talk to. Loves the hot sauce. He got a 5 box, one Carolina Reaper, and 4 barbecues. And then 2 weeks later, he sent me a picture of all of the barbecues lined up empty. And I was like, sir, you have a problem
What? I mean, I've
drinking it from the bottle.
no, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's literally drinking the bottles.
What he said. I was like, I don't know, I have pictures. Send me a picture. I want to use that as advertising.
Oh yeah, yeah. You need a picture of that for advertising.
Right.
I mean, I've drank Tabasco sauce to win bets, so I mean, anything's possible.
Nah, no. Why?
Lori doesn't want to hear that.
I have 2
You
new
know,
flavors.
Fisticuffs has been mentioned on the show.
Really?
It'll actually be the next episode, but we talked to Aaron last week,
Oh,
and
really?
he brought up Fisticuffs. It'll be on the blog. I'll put it on this one too. But he said
You,
basically what you said.
yeah, talk to Fred. He's an amazing creator. His story is so funny. It is so funny. And I mean, like, it's crass. And there's parts where he's worried that he's going to offend people. When he was coming on my podcast, he was like, don't, if you think it's not appropriate or for kids. And I was like, I was laughing out loud at your story, out loud, to the point where my husband is like, what are you reading? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is this guy named Fisticuffs. You got it. It's hilarious. So if you like kind of like Tarantino type, just chaos and really it's super funny. It's really good. So I highly recommend getting in touch with Fred Schwartz and checking out Fisticuffs. But I was gonna say I have 2 new flavors.
Yes, let's talk about this. What do you got now?
This in my hand is what's called, I don't even know if I should tell you because it's not on the Kickstarter. Nope.
Oh, come on.
This one's called shotgun sauce. It's a Tabasco, but it's not. Tabasco sauce is actually fermented.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is fresh, but it's the same kind of idea. It's real liquidy. So I put this on like breakfast eggs, like tortillas, stuff like that. It's delicious. But I love these little shotgun. They're 2-ounce Boston bottles. Hold please. I have to show you what I'm doing with them.
This is one of the things I like the best with Lori. She's doing all of this merch stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, she's got a bandolier of hot sauce.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear this at cons. I'm excited.
Oh my God, that is fantastic.
So that's why it's called shotgun sauce.
That's really funny.
But I didn't have it on the campaign just because it is I have to work out the shipping on it because the boxes are different. It's all different. So I don't want to misquote shipping or you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I have to figure that out first. I did add another flavor to the campaign, which is a hot honey mustard sauce. So there are now 6 options in there. So if you let me just put it out because someone was like, I got a 5 box, and I was like, great. He's like, I want one of each, and I was like, well, that's 6.
There's
And he was like,
six.
what am I supposed to do? And I was like, well, let's do some math here. You could have 5 box and add a single box, or you can do 3 box or 2 boxes of 3. So that's just be aware if you want one of each. You just have to get 2 of the 3 or get a 5 and a single, and you can get one of each. But you get to tell me what flavors you want anyway. So whatever. But yeah, there's a hot honey mustard available.
That box count sounds way too complicated for me.
The what?
The box counting sounds way too complicated.
Why? Just do 2 boxes of
I'm
3.
kidding.
2 plus 2 times 3 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. I have faith in people. They can do it. But eventually I might move to like having a set of these too. I have to
for
look at
each
how
sauce,
these,
having the smaller bottle.
yeah, because it's a smaller price point and lighter shipping. So it might be an option where people can get more flavors for not as much. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because my goal is to have 12 flavors.
Okay.
Oh,
So I can do an advent box.
There you go.
12
There
days
we
of Christmas.
go. A hot sauce. Path of
Advent
the
box.
Pale Rider Advent hot sauce.
Welcome
I
to
love it.
Santa Claus.
Oh man.
Ah. I'm crazy. It's fine. It's fine.
So Lori, I gotta ask, now with 8 issues, 2 podcasts?
Just the one. I do the one weekly. I do Killer Karen. There's a lot of people that want to be on Killer Karen. I just don't have the time
Ah,
to do it regularly because I edit that show because it goes off the rails so quickly that we have to like reset and I have to edit. So that one will probably come back, but my personal life is also super busy. My 2 girls are getting older and they're both in sports and orchestra and choir and volleyball and this and archery and tournaments and blah. I just don't
we
have the
remember
time to
those
do it all.
days, don't we, Dawn?
oh yeah.
So, I can't, I'm always going to do the brew and I don't want to cut back on path. So other things had to be adjusted.
Right. Totally understand.
Karen will make more appearances probably soon, to be honest with you, because someone is asking for them to show up on a podcast like
Man.
while I'm promoting this campaign. So the blonde wig will be out.
That's one of the best parts of that one. The blonde wig, it just throws me.
It's a whole personality when you put it on.
Oh, definitely. So 8 issues,
Yeah.
1 podcast continuous, 1 podcast keep working on.
Uh-huh.
If you could go back and talk to yourself before you did issue 1, do you think you would believe yourself that you're doing all of this work?
No.
No.
No, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I was like, I'm gonna tell my story. Hooray, right? Running Kickstarters, dancing around in a bear suit, making funny videos, making hot sauce, because that happened because of Path. And just being a part of one of the best communities that's out there. The indie community is so supportive and so creative, and there's just wonderful people that are so giving of themselves, of their time, of the information. So if you want to learn a skill, or like you guys, are you familiar with Fish Lee?
Hmm?
You're not. Okay.
Nope.
There's another creator named Fish Lee. His first name is Fisher, but he goes by
Oh,
Fish.
okay.
And he and I are enablers to each other. So he's like, look at this. And I'm like, oh, yeah, look at this. So when I see something that I know he's interested in, I send it to him and he's like, gosh, dang it, Lori, now I have to make poker deck. And I was like, yep, you sure do. Join the club. So, but it's just such a great community to be a part of. And I'm having fun. Obviously, I'm having fun. I get to talk to wonderful people and devastate them with my story and make hot sauce and go to cons and meet people and sign books, and I'm having a blast. Let's do it. Let's do it, right?
Heck yeah, absolutely. No, it's so funny because I missed the first episode you were on, and we've talked to you so many times now. I'm not even counting how many times you've been on the show.
Well, it's a running joke because sometimes we had Ryan Clater on. He was kind of talking. What has he been on? How many times?
You're
Whatever
asking the wrong
time it
person right
was,
now. I don't know.
he was kind of proud of it. And I said, "Oh, you pale behind Lori Calcaterra."
Yeah.
He kept talking. I need to do more shows. I said, "Ryan, you're never going to be able to catch up with Lori."
Nope.
I said,
Absolutely not.
she's way ahead of everybody. It says you're never just don't even bother with it. You know, concentrate on other things in your life.
But this podcast feels like home to me. And it's so great to come back every time and to get feedback about the issue that was, and then to talk and hear your questions and wonder what's coming next. And so this is great. This is, like I said, it's like sitting down with two friends that I've known for forever, and we just talk about fun stuff and we have a great time. Why would I not come back? Why would I not come back?
Oh, it's nice. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, and I said this. I'm sorry, Rook. I said this before. Was after so many times, you think, well, okay, I think we've said enough. It's going to be a struggle to do it. Not this one. And of course, every time I walk away dizzy and reeling from every time we discuss this and talk about the comic, which is what you like. But yeah, it always stays interesting. A lot of rabbit holes.
A lot. We've closed some. I mean, like we've answered what is the undead retirement community, because
I
people
don't
that's
trust
been
you, Lori.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
been
trust you.
hinted
Yeah.
at since the beginning.
I think I don't think anything needs to close. I think you're going to pull the rug out and says, "Well, I was kidding," and something else is going to be happening.
I swear we are in Las Vegas. Like, go ahead and confirm that right now.
Yeah, when you asked the question, "What would we do?" I wouldn't have gone anywhere near these. I would have stayed where I thought I was relatively safe and worked from there. But yeah, Vegas, I wouldn't even enter the place. I wouldn't go in there.
You
I
see?
just,
I agree with that. And
yeah,
that's what's we're just gonna say that's normal,
yeah.
right?
Now
Because
saying
in a
that,
crisis, people are trying to stay safe and they're trying to
yeah.
survive. And that's why it's like people have just moved on and it's just continued. And that's why Jude is so special, is because he hasn't given up.
Well, that's the thing. Saying that, if I was in Vegas and I saw all these comforts, it would be hard to leave. But nevertheless, I would think, just don't go there. It's like, porcupines. You don't touch the porcupine.
Las Vegas is the porcupine.
Yeah, you don't go into Vegas. You just don't. So
Well, not
anyway,
an apocalypse, but there have been people. I will throw this out there as a tasty morsel for you to think about. There have been people that were in Vegas when the apocalypse started that have left. And so somebody, I gotta stop there. That's all I can say. If I keep talking, it'll come out. But
Yeah.
just think about that. Like 10 years, there's got to be someone that was there.
And left and moved on. Yeah. Well, one of these days, my ADHD is going to hyper focus, and I'm going to sit down with all your books and a notepad and start scribbling like a mad
Now-
conspiracy theorist.
I'm also going to say that if you have solved some of the riddles, what I just said, you can figure it out.
That's one of the funnest parts, I got to tell you, is when she drops a tease like that. And I know I have all the riddles sitting in the cabinet, but it's
gotta solve
almost
them.
more fun for me to just like go along for the ride
Okay, all right.
and then go back later and solve riddles, because I don't want to
Yes.
accidentally
You wanna
spoil
know?
something on myself.
You won't spoil it. Trust me, you won't spoil it. You might understand some things a little more. You might get an insight onto characters on things that have already happened, but it won't. I don't spoil anything.
That's good.
I just open more questions. I just like more questions.
yeah, that's it right there.
That's the problem, and then it's going to be more scribbling in the conspiracy notebook.
Then you're going to be Jude St. Clair. You'll have a nice journal with all your notes in it, nice and concise about what you think started the apocalypse. Good job.
So you've got a bunch of cool new stuff on the Kickstarter this time. We talked about funny stuff. Let's talk about the Toast T-shirt.
It makes me giggle.
It's
So,
so great.
what's that?
It's so great.
It's awesome. So what happened with that is because last campaign the new pop was the Shocking Jude,
Mhm.
right? And now because I have to have someone custom make those, I have to have a design for it once the Kickstarter is done. But as you know, that image doesn't show up until much later in the story. So I asked Gilbert, before you start doing your interior pages, can you please do a drawing of Jude in this state so I can send it to the custom pop people? So that's what that image is. And I laughed so hard. And I was like, we got it. It's just him on a piece of toast, right? With smoke coming up, like it's a burnt piece of toast. And Gilbert laughed and I laughed and then he laughed some more. And then I was like, that's it. It's going on a t-shirt. So we just have to laugh at his misery sometimes. So
Oh man! So he literally drew him on the piece of toast, and that
no,
was
no, no. He drew him just like that because that's the image that's in the book.
okay. I
I
thought
added
he
the
drew
piece
him
of
on the
toast.
toast. That would have been hilarious.
I added the piece of toast, and then we both laughed until we cried, and then I put it on a t-shirt because I was like, "This is too funny." So, if you have to read issue 7 to know why it's so funny, but it is so funny.
It
So
is.
there's the toasty shirt. The other new shirt is the blue one. It has like it looks like a Boy Scout symbol with Big James in it, and it says "Unbear."
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
absolutely.
we have
And
fun.
the re-release of issue 2
Yes. So, would you like
with
me to?
William Russell.
Yeah, so for those who don't know William Russell, he is an artist and a creator. He likes to collaborate in a lot of things. And so I met him when we were on issue 2 going into issue 3. And I'm always looking for artists to do variant covers, especially artists that have a following because they can introduce me to their people. Hi, I'm Lori. I would love for you to read my story, right? And he has a series. It's called Psycho Cell, which is actually he's going to be launching his omnibus. He finished 9 issues of this bad boy, and he's going to be doing it's over 200 pages, trade paperback for this thing, which launches on Valentine's Day, by the way. So I was writing for him. So I wrote issues 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in that series. And so in exchange for that, I was getting covers. So I had a cover for 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're buddies at this point, right? Because we've been working together. I'm working on his stuff. He's working on my stuff. And he was like, Lori, why haven't we gone back and done a cover for issue 1 and issue 2? And I was like, why haven't we? He's like, let's do it. And so on issue 7, we re-released issue 1 with the variant from William. And so on issue 8, now we are re-releasing issue 2 with a cover from William Russell. So now we have issues 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the William Russell cover. So his fans are getting the whole collection. We called it the Angry Path.
Yes.
And there's 9 covers because on issue 8, he was like, I want to do a naughty and nice. And I was like, okay. Like, I'm not asking you to draw that. He was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, all right, you don't tell that man no. If he wants to draw you 3 covers, you let him draw you 3 covers, right?
Yep. Yep.
So we have the naughty and nice cover for issue 8, and then the issue 2. Now all of his variant covers are available as add-ons. So issue 3 is there, issue 4 is there of these variants. I've never done that before to make variants from previous campaigns available.
Yeah.
This is the only time I'm going to do that because it is a pain in the butt to order all these different covers. So this time and this time only. But yeah, so there's the Angry Path. We were talking about I already had a foil cover lined up. That beautiful gold skull on the black is going to be spot foil. But his cover would also look great in foil too. So I don't know. I'll probably end up doing foil on the naughty or nice one of them at some point.
Nice.
We'll see.
His art is so beautiful, really
Yeah,
is. Uh,
that
yeah.
issue 2 cover is just gorgeous.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and I thought calling it the Angry Path was such a cool idea. I gotta tell you, when I saw you named it the Angry Path, I was like, that's perfect for those covers.
Isn't it? Well, he calls himself the angry artist. So, Angry Path. That's
Angry
how he
Path.
combined William Russell and Laurie Calcaterra. He has a hat that says "The Angry Artist," kind of like I have the hat that says "I drink the tears of my readers." He is angry artist, and we try to
Because of that,
table next to each other at cons, and people look at us like we're crazy, and it's great.
Well, but
because of that, I really hate to give you props. I mean, I
Oh,
really hate to give you props. But
why?
you talk about all these things, enhancing the cover, juggling artists, all these other things. You seem to do this in really easy stride. I mean, like I said, we all know you're busy. You were talking about it, but you don't have me convinced because it sounds to me like you have an easy life and it's all easy stuff. You make it seem easy, and I hate saying that, but yeah, it's just just all the multiple parts, and
all these moving parts, and
yeah,
Yeah.
you're always cheerful, you're always fun to talk to. I gotta imagine all of this work stresses you out at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm human. I'm human. I get stressed out. Kickstarter time is especially stressful because I only get to run 2 of these a year, and it's the primary funding that I can afford to pay my art team. And if it isn't for the Kickstarters, I don't have a book, right? And I have to
yeah.
make enough money to print, and I have to make enough money so that I can pay for So it is stressful. Um, but life is too damn short to be miserable. And I am so blessed to have my family and to have them understand my insanity that I do, and that I have the opportunity to tell my story. And, the Kickstarters have always been successful. Hang out with cool people on cool podcasts. My art team is fabulous. Like, what do I have to complain about? You know, I got food on my table, and I've got awesome comics, and I get to dress up as a bear and smash pumpkins. Like, come on, life is awesome. Life is great. And if I complained, who cares? You know?
Well, Rook and I complain all the time. That's why I'm saying I'm really impressed because that's all we do. It's like break out blues guitars and moan and
Come
carry
on.
on.
You know what I have to say to that? If you have time to complain, you got time to work. Get back to work.
I'd have to learn how to play guitar first for that
I
scenario to
didn't say
work.
Yeah.
we were good at it. I just said they were very bluesy about it.
Lori, as always, we love having you on the show.
Thank you.
Issue 8, I can't wait to have it in my grubby little fingers and go
Wow.
over all the little things. Until then, where can everybody find Path of the Pale Rider out there in the world?
Of course. I highly recommend you head to the Kickstarter as always. That's where the coolest stuff is, and that's where the stretch goals are. We unlocked another stretch goal today, guys. This is our 4th stretch goal, and we are what, on day, how many days we got left? We're on day 3. We haven't even, like, in 15 more minutes we'll flip over to the next day. But in 3 days we've broken 4 stretch goals. So that's where the poker cards are that you get for free. That's where all like the cool like extra copies of comics, like PDF copies. You can what else did we unlock? Let me scroll down there. Oh, we unlocked those mini books that I'm making, the little tiny for the anxiety bookshelf. So that's
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
are coming. I thought those were fun. And then, oh, the scratch and sniff stickers. That's the little undead piggy that the fandom named Kevin Bacon, which is
Yep.
hilarious, you guys. And then we just unlocked the slice and dice, which is that wonderful time of year where I dress up as either Pikachu, and now I have a big James onesie. You name the fruit or vegetable. Yes, I do.
I do.
And then you get to pick a weapon, and then I destroy. It's usually, I think it's probably going to be a watermelon because it'll probably be spring or summer. And you get to watch and participate in the destruction. It's a good time. So we still got lots to do. There's coffee beans after that. There's air fresheners after that. I've got hot sauce hard candy. I don't know if we'll get to 9. We've never gotten up that high before, but it could happen. So there's just a lot more there. A lot of the exclusives are gone, but there's still, like custom pops and secret rewards and wooden covers. And I don't know if you guys know me yet, but I always release super special merch mid-campaign. So we have mid-campaign merch, and I got a doozy this time, but I'm not going to talk about it yet.
Oh,
It's not mid-campaign. We're only 3 days in.
it's that. Yep. I'm already having problems with your campaign
No.
not spending too much on it because there's so much stuff that I want.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's how it is. But I mean, I appreciate every single dollar that people put into this campaign. It helps us continue to do good stuff, to be original, and to produce a quality product and pay artists a wage that they deserve. So that's what it goes to. It's nothing on my pocket. I don't think I've made $1. Everything I make goes back into this book to put it out into the world and to keep my artist team happy. So, but I love what I do. I love it.
That's what it takes. Everything you're doing is absolutely what it takes, and
Yeah.
it's yours. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's yours, and it can pay off in the long run for whatever reason, but you own it, and that's the massive thing right there.
Right. And I want to remind other creators. Well, this is what I tell new creators because they're like, "Oh, I'm going to make it big and I'm going to be a hot shot." And I'm like, "This is a marathon. It is not a sprint.
Yes.
You have to get in here and you have to be resolute. You have to be too stubborn to quit. You have to have a good attitude and just keep moving forward because you're not going to get found overnight and you're not going to make $1 million. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. So if you have that in your mind that this is fun and this is what you want to do, you're going to have a blast. You'll come with me on this journey. We'll be on the path together. So go to the Kickstarter. You can go to my website, pathofthepalewriter.com. I'm on all the socials. My TikTok is especially fun because you can watch me rebind books and bake bread and do hot sauce and comic stuff and dance in a bear suit. I do all the things.
We will, of course, have links to all of that on the blog for everybody to check out. But until next time,
read
more
comics.
You can hear our most recent 20 episodes on iTunes. If you would like to hear our older episodes, you can find them on our blog. Just go to bunchofdorks.com and click on the Cyclops.
Your Dimension can be found on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. If you like what you hear, you can subscribe, rate, leave a review, tell a friend, or like us on Facebook. Thanks for listening.
If you would like to be part of the show, draw a fake comic book cover and we'll use it to promote our new episodes online.
If you'd like to promote your music, send us your MP3 and you can have a musical spotlight on the show. Plus, we'll add you on a link on our music page.
We have t-shirts designed available for you, so you can find them on the sidebar of the blog. Listen to the show, wear the shirt.